everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who do not know, my name is Angela Moore. Here on my channel you will see a lot of everything. I'm still trying to get my feet wet with what it is that I'm trying to really focus on here on this channel. But today's topic is something that's really needed. I don't see a lot of people on YouTube talking about it, and that is how to 5 keys to what you should focus on when trying to transition from a 9-to-5 worker to a full-time entrepreneur. So that's something that you have interest in. Please stick around. So hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute. Your girl's been busy. As y'all can see from the title of this video, today we are talking about 5 changes to make when you're trying to go from a 9-to-5 worker to a full-time entrepreneur. It's one of the hardest things to do. So let's hop right on in. And if you see me looking down, I got my notes right here, trying to make sure I don't miss out on nothing, because we got to talk about this. Number 1. So number 1 is being more impactful. So when you think about leaving that 9-to-5 job and you want to become a full-time entrepreneur, we have to remember that entrepreneurship is hard. It's no easy walk in the park. You have to be very dedicated and passionate about what you are doing. So with that being said, you have to put more thought into what is it that you're going to offer, how you're going to change people's lives. You have to be more impactful. It's not really all about me, and I want to chase money. And that's good if of course money comes along, but in the beginning you want to be able to be impactful and change people's lives. Think about the skills that you have. What is it that you can offer to someone else to change their life, and they are willing to come back to you. They are willing to spread the word about how great you are. So let's think about that. You want to also make sure you're enlightening other people's lives, that when they speak of you, they talk about your techniques, your skills, your services, what it is that you have done for them. So be more impactful. So number 2, so when you're working a 9-to-5 job, you have to remember, and I just thought about this, this is not in my notes, but I'm gonna squeeze this in here. So you may do number 6. We're gonna do 6 of them instead of 5. So 2, you gotta think about on your job, there are certain skills that you are learning on that job. Even from the highs and the lows, there are tough days and there are some good days. Well, however that may look, take those skills, that self-development that you're developing in that time, during those times, and use it in entrepreneur. So you gotta think about it. When you're a 9-to-5 job, you have to be on time. So you won't get fired. Be on time, be consistent, show up every day. You have to make sure you're completing your task, meeting those due dates. Remember those skills when you're going to your entrepreneur, when you become an entrepreneur. Also, you have to be patient. You gotta watch how you talk to people. Be respectful. Those characteristics that you have to use, even though it's tough and you're on that job and you really want to have let someone have it. It pays off in the end when you kind of change up your wording, being more professional. When you ask for something, you know how to correct your words and come at someone very professional to get what you want and need on that job. Speaking up for yourself, being a team player, being a great leader, taking the initiative to do things before anyone asks of you to do it. Those are great characteristics to use when you become an entrepreneur. You have to lead others. So it's very important you can take those skills and take it to your 9-to-5. Take it from your 9-to-5 and use it as an entrepreneur. So that would be number 2. So number 3, which is something I am learning to do. So first, when you're on a 9-to-5 job, you are crunching for time. So when you are trying to leave your 9-to-5 and become a full-time entrepreneur, I don't know if y'all can hear the noise out there. I don't know what they're doing out there. But when you are trying to become a full-time entrepreneur, it's hard when you already have a 9-to-5 job. So that means your lunch break, number 3, has to be pre-planned lunch breaks. Your lunch breaks has to be pre-planned. That means you know everything that you have to do on the lunch break. Of course, eating. But what phone calls you have to make, what book you have to finish, what research you have to do. And we have to keep in mind that our lunch breaks probably no more than an hour. You don't have time to run off every single time to go get food. That means you need to meal prep. You need to prep your meal, have it on your lunch. You can stick it in the microwave and you can eat your food right there while you're making your phone calls. Or while you're doing whatever it is, however your lunch break looks. You need to soak up that whole hour that you have. If you only get 30 minutes, you need to soak up those 30 minutes. You don't have time to wait. If this is your goal, you don't have time to waste sitting down, eating and conversating with all these different people, not being productive. You're only pushing yourself back farther away from your goal. So the best thing to do is prep your prep your meal, get on those phone calls, send those emails, have those conversations, or whatever is important for you to do it. We gotta also remember that on the weekends, places are closed. So you can't do everything on the weekends. Places are closed, and if they do open sometimes, especially when you gotta call a bank or something like that, they are most likely closing early or they don't open at all. So it's important for you to use your time during the week. Also, when you get off from work, you gotta make sure this is done every single day. Every single day, you have to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do on your lunch break. It's more than just relaxing and chatting, but also being productive. You have a goal to meet. You don't know what everybody else in your job trying to do, but you know what you are trying to do, so get it done. So that is number 3. Okay, so number 4. Find a support system, and I'm not just speaking on family and friends. I'm speaking on going out and meeting like-minded people, and that can be at different networking events where you can talk to people that's in the same field as you or trying to do the same thing that you're doing. That is looking for a mentor, someone that's been where you're trying to go and they have all the knowledge that they can share with you. Of course, you may have to pay them, or they may do it for free, I'm not sure, but be in search of a mentor or a coach that can coach you through your entrepreneurship. Spend time with them. You can even use that on your lunch break. Hey, I have 30 minutes on my lunch break to speak with my coach or my mentor. That way they can help grow me and grow me towards meeting my goal. There are also different Facebook groups that you can join that geared towards the same field as yours. So you can join a Facebook group and say everyone in there, they're all into tech. And y'all having these different conversations, different businesses they are joining, what they have grown that you can be a part of. Just get active. Don't try to do this alone. Network with people. Grow your mind. Grow your confidence. Grow some skills. Networking and finding that support system would be very greatly appreciated in the long run. Number 5, becoming more healthier person. And when I say healthier, I'm talking about physically and I'm talking about mentally. So what are you reading on an everyday basis? What are you eating on an everyday basis? These 2 things will help you to show up as an entrepreneur in a more healthier way. So you gotta know when you become an entrepreneur, you have to show up and know what you're talking about. You have to be dependable. You have to know how to lead these people. You're responsible for so much, not just for the business, but for people too. So you gotta know how to lead them and talk to them and meet them where they're at. Be the boss that you will want. If you were looking for a job, what type of boss you would want. So show up and be that individual. So you have to make sure that you're balanced. Get some type of balance of physical, being a little, working out some, eating right, reading some book, surrounding yourself with good people, holding yourself accountable, going to a therapist, having these hard conversations with your family about what it is that you're trying to do in your life so they can meet you where you at and help you along the way. And if not, if you have to go by yourself, go by yourself. But making those hard decisions, having those conversations, just being a more healthier space mentally and physically. Because you know, you don't want to make all these millions and you don't live to see it and live to enjoy it. So what I was looking for. You don't want to make all these millions of dollars and you're not able to physically get up and go and do what you need to do. You want to be able to enjoy it and go and retire and live comfortably. And so that's it for number 5. So number 6 is be God-led. And that is, if I could have put that number 1, I would have. Number 6 is be God-led. Sometimes we badly want stuff that we get too far ahead of ourselves. We badly want things that we start doing stuff that God is not pleased with. We sometimes mishandle people around us. So sometimes you have to slow it down and make sure you're doing stuff in the right manner. And just make sure you're doing what God has asked you to do. So you want to make sure you're in prayer and that you're inviting God into everything that you're doing. Because we see things one way, God may be saying no in some areas. And we don't want to make sure so we ain't leaving this 9 to 5 too early. Because bills still got to be paid. So you want to make sure God is leading you in this direction of entrepreneurship. And then you're not just being strong-willed on your own and trying to do it in your own strength. Lean on to God and allow God to guide you through the season. Because at the end, I believe this greatness on the other end. Like I say, it's going to be tough. It's a process, but I believe there's light at the end of the tunnel. And so we want to invite God through this whole process. Not here, there, a little bit here, a little bit there. We want God through the whole process. So God can have it all. If God deposited this dream and vision in you, He will provide the way for it. If it's from God, He will be there with you all the way through. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that this falls on good grounds with someone. Take these 6 changes in your life and apply it. And I hope and pray that you make it to a full-time entrepreneur. Until next time, peace.